What went into your decision to come back, first of all?
Well, it was a pretty easy decision. You know, what happened last year to me, when I came in, I had no expectation about myself, and it turned out pretty great, individually and collectively. So it was a pretty decision for me to come back here. I know everything. I know everybody now, coaching staff. I got more confidence about the new project. So all good, easy.
So what was your summer like in total? I know you had the France medal that you guys won and all that. So what was the entire summer like for you?
Pretty busy. Pretty busy. I don't think I got a lot of time off. But, you know, I got a chance to play basketball at the highest level and in NBA and the Olympics. So can't complain about that.
Hey, Terance, Shane Young with Forbes. Last season, it seemed like your jump shot and your three were something that needed, or you thought that was going to improve, and working with Sean Fine and player development staff seemed to be that way. This season in particular, is there something that you're working on that maybe you didn't as much last year? Is there something you're kind of trying to improve now?
Nah, nothing specific. You know, I just feel like, you know, my game's all around game. So I just fine tune a couple of things, you know, sharpen up some tools, but I didn't work on nothing too specific, just kept working on my jump shot and, you know, other things that the team needed me to do.
How important or valuable do you think that player development staff was to help you refine that shot? I know we talked about it a little bit last year, but I mean, was it an arduous process that really helped you with the player development staff?
Yeah, I mean, they were important and it was big time. You know, they helped me a lot, especially with confidence, you know, a lot of reps, a lot of game-like reps, a lot of shots that I'd be taking in the game. You know, throughout the off season, throughout the beginning of the season, just working with them, playing, you know, 5-on-5 with them when I was out the rotation and stuff like that. So, you know, they played a big role last year.
Mark Medina, USA Today. Nico and Terance, what were your takeaways from Paul's performance and leadership last season? And, you know, when Kawhi went down, how do you think that can translate into this upcoming season?
That was great, especially for himself. I think I proved to himself like he can really lead this team. He done without Kawhi, and we have a big expectation, so we're not going to rely on him a little bit. And we all got to do better, do more, especially without Kawhi. But we're pretty confident in PG leading the way all year long.
Morning, gentlemen. Brian Seaman, Clippers Television. Question for both guys. Terance, with you, one thing that really stood out to me last year with you is that you were seemingly unfazed by all the success that you started to have, especially in the second half of the season. With that said, from where I sit, you might have a much bigger role this year coming in. Do you have to make any mental adjustments coming in, understanding that your role could be bigger given what you were able to do in the playoffs in the second half of the season?
I mean, not really. I'm just going to play my game. And, you know, be where they need me to be this year. So, you know, I'm not really thinking bigger role, more expectations, whatever, whatnot. I'm just going to go out there, play my game. You know, you guys know I play hard. That's what I'm going to continue to do.
Nick, I talked to you at a couple of points last year. You said that when you were let go from Charlotte, you didn't think anybody would call or didn't know if anybody would call. I'm guessing that situation changed this past summer. With that said, what stood out to you about the Clippers that you thought, I don't want to walk away from that from a team standpoint?
You know, I got a great connection with the coaching staff, with my teammates. And, you know, like last year, like someone told me I got the most minute played last year. And, I mean, it was pretty crazy where I came from. So, you know, they let me be me. You know, I don't really have pressure about myself coming back. And I know the project, I know what the goals, I know what we have, I know the core. We have the same group, and I liked it. So why go anywhere else? I mean, it gave me a chance to be a player again. So just want to come back and have fun and keep winning.
Law Murray at The Athletic. This is for Nick. Just, again, building off of this summer, you had a very physically interesting year last year, playing a lot of center in the playoffs. And I know that can be like taxing. So like, how did you kind of take care of your body over this past off season to get ready for what the team's going to ask you to do playing before the 5 this year?
You know, my off season was different from last year. Last year I came off from a year I didn't play much. Then I got like 8 months off season with the COVID. I didn't go to the bubble, so I got to put a long time off. But no, this summer, like I said, I'm tired because I play basketball, so I'm good. I can't complain. No, I can't complain about that. So I took some time off after the Olympics, try to keep working out, get stronger, get ready for the next season. But I'm gonna be okay.
Hey, Melissa Rowland from Fox Sports. Terrance's questions for you. How would you describe your relationship with Coach Lue, and how much did that relationship help you develop into the type of player that you've become and what you were able to accomplish in the playoffs last season?
We have a great relationship, real transparent. He lets me know what he expects from me. And I take coaching pretty well, and I just go out there and, do what he tells me to do. So just him having the confidence to, believe in me and let me play my game, let me be aggressive, tell me, take more shots, be more aggressive defensively. And just having that from a head coach was big time for me last year in my development. So it was nice to be, part of it.
This is for both Andrew Greig for the LA Times. Obviously, you guys come into the season, and Lawrence told us last week that Serge is limited to kind of non-contact, and obviously Kawhi is out. But you guys played so well in the playoffs when you were shorthanded. It's a hard ask to play that way for a long stretch of the season. But what do you feel like is replicable that you can do again? The way you succeeded in the playoffs, playing small, playing fast, that you can play, kind of bring out now for maybe the first few months of the season.
We're going to build from it. We know what we did last year. We got new players also, a couple new players to bring in, but we got like a lot of guys who can play basketball. We're in the NBA, so a lot of guys can play as a pro, can play ball. So I'm not worried about that. We all know like each and every night we got someone step up. I mean, he's a perfect example. Like in Game 6, I don't think nobody expected him to get a big game, and he did, and he built from it. So we're gonna have like guys gonna have big nights. Of course, PG is gonna be the man for us. Mook gonna be there. Bledsoe, Reggie, all those guys. So I'm really confident by that group.
Hey, Terance, you kind of laughed at Nick's mention of how many minutes he played last year.
This guy is crazy, yo.
Hey, why? Explain, flesh that out for me. And also, just like as a young player playing with a guy like Nick, who also can do so many things, like what have you learned from him?
I'm just real fortunate, and I'm glad that I met Nick Batum so early in my career. Because it's just a great example of like a guy who just works hard, doesn't complain, is focused, will play hard every night, and always want to win, and will do whatever it takes to win. And like that's me, and I just see a lot of myself in him. So I'm just fortunate to be able to, have a vet like this, and just, he plays so many minutes. And I would tell him all year, like, yo, just go sit down. Like, what are you doing? You making me feel old. Like, he's just moving like a young guy. And then after the season, we go so deep, we go to Western Conference Finals, and he's like, oh, I'm about to go play in the Olympics. Like, I'm like, yo, what? And he plays, so it's just crazy. And then they do well. He gets a medal. He becomes a knight over there. Like, it's just, this guy is crazy. And I'm real fortunate to be around him so early in my career.
Nick, that's gonna make you feel good, right? You hear that?
Yeah, I mean, he knows what I think about him since day one. I talked to him like during training camp last year, so I'm very happy. Just the beginning for him. Just beginning. We only see 10% of Terance Mann right now. So he's gonna be great. You know that. He knows.
Might have to hide over here somewhere. Farbod Ashashari, Sports Illustrated. You guys had like a very emotional playoff run. It was highs and lows. It was something that I feel like would build a lot of chemistry and camaraderie. Was there some kind of takeaway you guys had coming closer together in a run like that where you were down 0-2 so many times?
For me, I think it just showed us, who's who and who we have on our team and what we have in each other. I think, when you go down 0-2 so many times, it brings a lot out of you. And that was my first experience with that. I don't know if you've ever
Perfect.
been.
No. Same.
So yeah, you build with your team because you're down and, guys come out of their shell. Guys have to do better and you watch guys, lock in and get better throughout the playoff series and do better. So, we found out a lot about ourselves and that's good that we have, kind of the same core going back into this season because we know what we expect from each other, in the highs and the lows.
We're gonna take one from Zoom. Go ahead, Mason.
Hey guys, what's the vibe around the team? Just with the whole Kawhi situation and his injury still unknown of when he might be coming back. What's the confidence of the team and what's the mindset, without your best player to start the season at least?
We were pretty close to do something special without him. So we know we're good. We can do some good stuff without him. But we can be way better with him. So we have to be great until he's coming back. We got guys all around. We can be great coaching staff. So what we have to do is to go out there, play hard and compete. Because we know we're still a good team anyway. And when he's coming back, we're going to be an even better team. But we're still a good team.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you.